Autismo is a nonprofit organization founded to provide specialized services to children. You might have heard about it from our own Joyce Grenis, who is their spokesperson. Today, Rocio Push, did I say it right? Okay. Rocio and Therapy Center Director Sabrina will share how Niños con Autismo is planning to expand and transform more families' lives. Rocio is the parent of a child with autism. She helped to create a support service for children with autism in San Miguel, including taking Niños con Autismo from 6 to 35 children served. In addition, she works to support orphans and migrants and is the founder of a French English language group here at the Biblioteca. She's a professional realtor and mentor at Keller Williams, and in 2018, she was recognized by the municipal government as one of the most influential women in San Miguel. Sabrina is the director of the Therapy Center at Niños con Autismo. As a neurolinguist and autism specialist in diagnostic assessments, she has extensive experience supporting children with autism and their families. Sabrina leads a team that's committed to providing ethical, compassionate, and evidence-based care. Her work is distinguished by the integration of clinical expertise with deeply human perspectives. She focuses on recognizing each individual's strengths and creating environments that foster holistic development. Throughout Sabrina's career, she has contributed to the growth of specialized services in our region, expanding access to timely diagnoses and high-quality therapeutic services. Currently, Sabrina is advancing initiatives that are aimed at broadening community outreach, strengthening intervention models, and increasing access to resources for populations that have historically had limited access to this type of care. Please help me welcome President Rocio and Sabrina to Rotary today.
Please raise your hand if you know someone with autism. As I can see most of us do. Perhaps it's because, as the statistics show, according to the CDC, which is the Center for Disease Control and Prevention from the US, it is estimated that in 2025, 1 in every 31 children was diagnosed within the autism spectrum. These figures have increased significantly over the past 20 years. However, this rise may be attributed not only to a true increase in prevalence, but also to greater awareness and improved diagnostic tools. Based on the 2020 census here in San Miguel, there were about 64,000 individuals between the ages of 0 and 19 years old. Probably by this time, there's much more, of course. Applying current prevalence estimates, we can infer that between 500 and 2,000 individuals in this group may be in the autism spectrum. Most of them remain undiagnosed and might not even be aware of their condition, as currently we're serving only about 50 individuals within the center and in the communities. More broadly, it's estimated that 15 to 20% of the population is neurodivergent. This represents approximately between 10,000 and 13,000 individuals in San Miguel de Allende. Neurodivergence refers to variations from typical neurological development and includes conditions such as attention differences, autism, dyslexia, dyspraxia, and dysgraphia, among others. These are all difficulties either in writing, reading, spelling, and performing arithmetical calculations. In addition, we work with children who present other neurodivergent conditions apart from autism, as often these conditions occur simultaneously. As these figures demonstrate, the need for support is substantial, and while available resources remain limited. Niños con Autismo de San Miguel de Allende AC was founded 12 years ago by a group of concerned parents who could not get diagnosis and therapy for their children who were diagnosed with autism. So my husband and I joined the group not when it was founded, but about 2 years later. And although current legislation establishes that children with special needs should be accepted into schools, their reality is more complex. Admission often depends on the institution, and in many cases, schools require the presence of a shadow teacher as a condition for enrollment. A shadow teacher is a teacher that takes care of the child specifically and comes in only when needed. In earlier years, particularly around 2014 when we started the association, some schools would simply not accept children with special needs. As a result, Niños con Autismo initially operated as a special education school, serving children on the autism spectrum as well as those with other special needs. We began by renting a house and hiring a teacher. Later, we relocated to a community center. All expenses were covered by parents, which proved unsustainable over time. In 2018, we assumed operations of a small therapy center dedicated specifically to children in the autism spectrum. At that point, our focus shifted and we transitioned from being a school to becoming a special therapy center, which we are now. Most of our families we serve receive either full or partial scholarships. During the initial intake process, we conduct a socioeconomic assessment with each family to ensure that financial limitations never become a barrier to accessing our services. For example, diagnostic evaluations at our center cost up to 5,000 pesos per child, whereas in other institutions, they can exceed 15,000 pesos. However, families at our center contribute recovery fees ranging from 0 to only 3,000 pesos. On average, therapeutic services cost approximately 62,000 pesos per child per year. Our families, however, contribute only between 0 and 10,500 pesos annually. As a result, our income does not cover our operating costs, making fundraising a critical priority for our organization. Oh, I'm sorry, I should have been passing this. Okay, there we are. Over the years, we have been organizing a wide range of fundraising initiatives, including raffles, concerts, themed dinners for occasions such as Valentine's Day, Day of the Dead, and Thanksgiving. For the past 3 years, we have also hosted the Walk for Autism, which takes place from the main square to the Seferino Gutierrez Park. And last year, it attracted 70 participants. And thank you, because I know some of you have been participating in our activities and have been joining us. Even during the pandemic, we successfully organized an online fundraising event in which several musicians donated their talent. This year, we held our first gala dinner where 6 renowned San Miguel chefs donated their time to create a feast for the census menu. The event was a great success, and we hope to establish it as an annual tradition. We have also received support from local businesses through cause-related initiatives. For example, during April, which is World Autism Awareness Month, 3 companies are collaborating with us. The first one is Restaurant La Doña. That's where we had our gala dinner. They're offering a special menu inspired by autism, which is an entree, a main dish, and a dessert, all inspired by autism, which involves all senses. Another of the businesses that is supporting us is Dulce Belén Bakery. They're in Guadiana, and they're going to be hosting a cookie decorating class at the end of the month, and they're going to be donating parts of their proceeds to us. And the other business is a laundry called Lavandería Express San Miguel de Allende, and they're donating 20% of their proceeds throughout the month. They also offer pickup and delivery services. Now, our therapy center, Sabrina Vergara, our therapy center director, Sabrina Vergara, will share with us more about our work, our families, and our vision for the future.
Okay. Good morning, and thank you so much for being here today. I'm truly happy to have the opportunity to present our project to you again. Today, I'd like to share not only what we do, but how we are growing and what that growth really means for our community. As Rocio mentioned, access to services for neurodivergent children in San Miguel de Allende is still very limited. When our therapy center first began, we had only 5 users and no diagnosis tools available. Um, currently, current or happy or therapy center operates with 2 therapy rooms, 1 sensory room, 3 by 5 meters, and 1 assessment room. Our team includes Renata, a physical therapist certified in sensory integration by Asociación Mexicana de Integración Sensorial, Lydia and Magda, psychologists with specialized training in development and language, and myself, a neurolinguist certified in a range of diagnostic assessment. All of us engage in ongoing professional training to ensure we provide high quality, meaningful support to every person who needs it. At present, we serve 60 children. In addition, we conduct a variable number of assessments each month. To give you a sense of our reach, over the past 3 years, we have evaluated around 150 individuals. In short, we now serve 11 times more users than we start. This growth is not just a number. It reflects families who previously had no access to support and who are now finding guidance, understanding, and a path forward. One of the main ways we have been able to grow is by rethinking, how and where therapy can happen. However, despite our efforts to meet families' needs, there is still a group of children for whom attending weekly therapy sessions at our center is extremely difficult. Let me share the story of Pepe, name changed to protect his identity. Pepe lives in a rural community called Laguna Escondida. For him and his mother to attend therapy, they must walk 45 minutes to reach the bus stop, wait for the bus, and then travel between 1 and 1.5 hours. After getting off the bus, they walk another 50 minutes to reach the therapy center. Pepe attends 2 1-hour sessions, and then they make the same journey back home. That means spending 5 hours just to get from 2 hours of therapy. It's also important to consider that Pepe's mother, Anna, has another child, but she and her husband work. This means that whichever parent accompanies Pepe must miss a full day of work, and they often have no one able to take or pick up their other child from school. As you can see, even when families deeply need therapeutic support, attending weekly sessions at the center is simply not a viable option. This is what led us to develop our therapy in your community model. During its pilot phase, implement it's in just 2 communities, we were able to support 19 children. Based on this initial experience, our proposed model includes identifying individuals in each community who require assessment and support, conducting diagnostic evaluations, designing individualized therapy plans, training families, and providing them with a 1 month work plan along with the necessary materials, offering weekly follow-up via WhatsApp, returning the following month with an updated plan. This approach allows families themselves to learn how to implement the necessary adjustment across the different areas of development guided by a specialized therapist. Through this model, we aim to achieve more meaningful and sustainable outcomes. Returning to our therapy center, we have continuously sought ways to provide support that includes not only the individual, but also their family and school environment. Throughout the year, we organize a variety of activities, including specialized training courses for teachers, where we will share tools that can be applied directly in the classroom, workshop, workshops for families, which help them better understand their children and give them practical strategies they can use in daily life. Cafecitos, which are small gatherings that may seem simple but are incredibly meaningful for many families. Sorry, for many families, it is the first time they feel heard, understood, and not alone. Regular socialization activities where children can practice interaction, build confidence, and connect with others in a supportive environment. Speaking engagement with local schools and NGOs, where we promote awareness and provide guidance on how to better support neurodivergent individuals, and ongoing collaboration with the other organizations and professionals. Looking ahead, we see a clear opportunity to grow, not just in size, but in the number of children and families we can truly reach. However, to make this possible, there are several key needs we must address. A larger space, which will allow us to serve more children and expand our team. A vehicle to reach and serve rural communities, families like Pepe's, who currently face significant barriers to access. Additional certifications and training opportunities for our team so we can continue improving the quality of our services. New assessment tools to evaluate other areas of development that we are not yet able to fully address, and essential materials and equipment for our daily work. To conclude, I would like to speak about something deeply important. Autism, attention differences, and other forms of neurodivergence are not illnesses, they are conditions. Neurodivergent individuals have a different neurotype, something like Android and iOS. Neither is better than the other, they simply function differently. This means that instead of trying to fix a child, we focus on understanding them, supporting their needs, and adapting the environments around them. It is essential to understand that the challenge neurodivergent individuals face can shift with the right support and with thoughtful adjustments at home, in schools, and in the workplace. The autistic children we support today will become the adults of tomorrow. Individuals who need our respect, awareness, and a commitment to justice as a society. Every day, we reach families and professionals who, when they open their minds, begin to change the world. Awareness and meaningful change are in our hands. Thank you very much. I'll now turn it back over to Rocio.
Um, okay, here we are. Our story. Autism became part of our lives almost 25 years ago when our first child was born. When he was only 4 months old, he underwent a routine screen. And that's when we realized he was not achieving the milestones for his age. He was not smiling. He was not responding to his name. He was not trying to sit up. So he was diagnosed with a developmental delay. And he qualified for a program that was government supported that was called early intervention, where he could get physical therapy until he could walk, and then he could have also occupational therapy and language therapy as well. However, when he was only 1 year old, we could notice some strange behaviors He would I would give him pots and pans in the kitchen for him to play, and he would align them, for example. And then he would take his toy cars and he would flip them and look at the wheels turn. So in one of his therapy sessions, one of the therapists told us that he saw him flipping his hands. So he advised us to go for further uh, evaluation. So after consulting several specialists, we were referred to an autism clinic in a well-known university. We were in the US at the time. That's where he was born and where we got all these services. And that's where he was formally diagnosed when he was 3 years old. That was the age where the early intervention program ended. However, he qualified now with the official diagnosis, to be eligible for a specialized preschool program. This program integrated 4 children in an autism spectrum with 4 neurotypical peers who served as role models. So in this environment, my child could develop more language skills by imitating the other kids, and he also imitated social behaviors. He attended this school for 2 years, which was wonderful. And at that age, when he turned 5 years old, that's when our family decided to move here to San Miguel de Allende. And we enrolled him in a small Montessori school, which proved to be the ideal place for him to learn, to read, to write, and to build strong academic foundations, and also to socialize. That's really what he needed, and what from the initial diagnosis, they told us that he wouldn't be able to function in a very large school. Later, he attended a mainstream high school with the support of a shadow teacher. Then he graduated successfully, went on to complete a 2-year university technical degree in culinary arts. And for the past 2 years, he has been working at an organic store, and today he lives a full independent life. He received therapeutic services for almost all his life until about 5 years ago. However, his journey underscores a crucial message. Early intervention and consistent support can make a big difference in helping individuals reach their full potential. We were fortunate to have been surrounded by dedicated professionals and to have had the financial means to access the care he needed. However, there are hundreds of children, adolescents, and adults in our community who do not have those same opportunities and urgently need support. Niños con Autismo de San Miguel de Allende is currently the only organization in our community specifically focused on serving the neurodivergent population. With your support, we can continue to expand our reach and fulfill our commitment to those who need it the most. Thank you.
So we'd like to have Rocio and Sabrina come up and answer any questions that you might have.
Hola. Thank you for your representation. Sabrina, you did a really good work. Don't worry. I just want to ask, so the kids, the people that you are attending are kids between what ages and also from where they are? Like, I mean, like central, rural communities, if you can explain me a little bit.
La mayoría viene de San Miguel de Allende, del centro. Los que tenemos en comunidades son los que necesitamos atender con el nuevo proyecto y podemos evaluar desde los 12 meses en adelante.
The majority comes here from San Miguel de Allende, even though we do have kids from the rural communities. And we can do evaluations from 12 years of age and over. 12 months, I'm sorry. Did I say years? Sorry, months of age. how many individuals do we serve? We're serving about 30 in the center, 40 in the center, and 19 in the communities.
First, I'd like to echo that this is a great presentation, and thank you for all that you're doing. But my question is, here in Mexico or San Miguel, what sort of screening programs exist for young children? Is it just parents picking up that they're concerned? Is it the pediatric or family medicine groups? How are these children identified? And then how are they referred to you?
¿Y hay programas para evaluaciones o si solo son los papás que los llevan?
Sí, solo los papás. Es complicado. Algunos estados tienen programas, pero la mayoría son los padres los que con un poco de suerte lo identifican. Hay un sesgo importante de personas no diagnosticadas que se diagnostican hasta después de los 30, sobre todo en mujeres.
Okay, currently there are no programs per se here. There are other states that do have them, but not here. So it's mostly the parents, the concerned parents that come and have their child evaluated. If they are aware there is something that needs to be evaluated, which is important. We do have the tools. Sabrina has been trained to apply them. The tests are very expensive because we need to buy them individually, and they come with documents and materials, and all that costs a lot of money. That's one of our main expenses. And something else that Sabrina said is that there's a big part of the population that has not been diagnosed and seek diagnosis after 30 years old, mostly women.
Does the school system identify these children when they appear for kindergarten or preschool or first grade? Do the teachers say, hey, there's an issue?
Sí, de las escuelas. Hay algo que lo diga.
Normalmente las escuelas o las maestras son las que detectan más que los médicos y que las familias.
Usually it is teachers who detect the situation more than families or even doctors, pediatricians, yeah.
You had indicated early on that in addition to better diagnoses, there might also be a spike in prevalence of neurodivergent type conditions. Are there studies going on as to whether there might be actual environmental factors involved, like microplastics or whatnot? And if you say vaccines, my head will explode.
Dice que sí, hay algún tipo de estudio que diga que haya aspectos ambientales que estén contribuyendo a que suba el número de neurodivergentes.
No, el número es igual. En realidad lo que ha cambiado es que ahora tenemos más oportunidades de diagnóstico. Ahora sabemos que el autismo es genético y hay alrededor de 200 genes involucrados. Por eso es que es un espectro, es muy amplia la cantidad de combinaciones que pueden surgir.
Okay, what she's saying is that know that the numbers are pretty much the same as the tools, the diagnostic tools that we have now that make it more prevalent. And, ¿más dijimos? Oh, yeah. And that it's been proven that autism is genetic. There's about 200 different genes, combinations of genes that have been detected to cause it, mainly.
Hi, we have, well, you guys are great. Been there, know you for a long time. Thank you, Rocio. Thank you, Sabrina. I have a question. Sophia and I have been up to the facility and everything. I'm not clear right now about the transportation for the kids. I know you're looking to get a van or some sort of car. Can you tell me how most of the children, most of them are children, arrive and how that works out?
¿Cómo se transporta? ¿Cómo llega?
Sí, normalmente los niños que vienen de muy lejos vienen por periodos muy cortos. Lo que estamos ofreciendo en lo que podemos implementar el programa de las comunidades es darles un programa mensual. Entonces solo tienen que venir una vez al mes, porque es muy difícil, muy caro y pierden mucho tiempo en venir.
This is autobús, ¿verdad? Autobús. Yeah, they come in by bus, especially from the communities. And what we're implementing now, it's a monthly visit. So we're giving them like a monthly therapy program to follow at home. So they just have to come once a month, and they don't have to come that often.
I just want to follow up to the environmental question that came out. I've introduced myself several times, but I'm going to reintroduce myself before I make this comment. I'm Dr. Hal Lawrence. I'm a retired OBGYN, and my last role was the Executive Vice President of the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists in Washington, D.C. Now, I will tell you that acetaminophen, Tylenol, and vaccines do not, do not cause autism. That has been well studied in the United States and across the world, and there are multiple thoroughly vetted scientific evaluations that disprove that, despite what some presidents might want to say. The second thing is they are exactly correct. There is a significant genetic factor in all this. And I know that the American Academy of Pediatrics is doing a lot of studies about environmental microplastics stuff, which are in all of our bodies now, evaluation to see if that may have a potential impact. So that was a good question. Thank you.
Before, I would love if you can go deeply on the fact that women are usually diagnosed later in life for different things. I don't know if you can explain us a little bit about it.
Las mujeres solemos tener la capacidad de enmascarar más acentuada que los hombres por la cultura en la que vivimos. Entonces eso ocasiona que las mujeres escapen de la línea de diagnóstico inicial. Además, los estudios que se han hecho para el desarrollo de pruebas de evaluación son en varones, en niños varones.
Okay, the fact that women are now diagnosed at a later age, it's because due to the culture where we live in, we're more used to pretend. It's easy for us to we're masking. Okay, masking. So we tend to seem maybe to be more talkative or more engaging than we and visual contact, socializing, all these things we can learn them instead of really being able to enjoy them. So so that's why in many of the tests we might not seem to have the condition. However, what else to say? Las pruebas están sesgadas. Sí. And most of the testing have been designed mostly for boys, for men, than for women. So that makes a difference. She wants to add something. Joyce want to add something.
This is just real quick. When we're talking about women, we are talking about a great ability that we have in fitting in. And when we talk about masking, that's what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
¿Cómo acercarse con ustedes? How to reach you?
Justamente ahí está nuestro número de teléfono, el correo. Y para las familias que necesitan atención, es importante que llamen primero porque les ofrecemos una lista de papeles que necesitamos que lleven y una cita para hacer un estudio socioeconómico. Entonces, lo más fácil para alguien que está interesado es ofrecerle el número telefónico.
So our contact information is here, our physical address, our phone number, our email. The easiest way is to call us to make an appointment so we can tell them all the documents we need and do the socioeconomic assessment. And we are also in our social media. You can reach us at Ninos con Autismo SMA. We're in Facebook and Instagram, and we also have a webpage, which is ninosconautismosma.org. So please follow us. Please read what we post. We usually have content relating autism, and we also tell you about our activities. So we would love you to follow us, please.
We have a question online where has been for a while, and they're asking how Rotary or how us we can help you.
Lo más importante ahora es poder comenzar con el proyecto para las comunidades. Nuestra idea es poder tener una van que hagamos consultorio para poder llevar toda la atención a las familias, porque como ven es mucho tiempo de traslado.
Our priority right now is the community program, outreach program. The ideal thing that we need right now is a van where we could take to the communities, do the evaluations there, because as you heard, it's really hard for them to get to us, and our facilities are just getting too small for the need out there. Thank you.
Depende del estudio socioeconómico, pero van de 0 pesos a 500 por sesión y de 0 a 5,000 por valoraciones.
Yo creo que la van.
Ah, la van.
No, del
No.
servicio general.
Entonces sí, eso.
Sí, 5,000 hasta
No, de
0 a
5,000
500. 0 a
es lo
5,000.
más alto que puede pagar una familia por la evaluación. Normalmente pagan 2,000 pesos. Es como la mayoría tiene ese nivel.
Y de ahí en adelante de 0 a 500.
La terapia cuesta 100 pesos, 200 pesos, 300 pesos, dependiendo del nivel socioeconómico.
Okay.
Gracias.
What he was asking is how much does evaluation cost? So we have a special price up to 5,000 pesos. However, our families pay from 0 to 3,000 at the most. And outside, they charge 15,000 and even more. So we have very reasonable prices per se. But as we told you, most of our families have, partial or full scholarships. And therapy sessions run from 0 pesos to 500 pesos. But most of our families pay 0, 100, 200 maybe more at the most. Thank you.
So Rocio and Sabrina, thank you so much for sharing this very important information and for all the wonderful work you're doing out in the communities and here in Centro and San Miguel. We'd like to thank you, a small token of our appreciation, and with our brand new mugs, our brand new Rotary Club of San Miguel Allende-Midday Rotary mug, fresh off the press. So just a small token of our appreciation. Thank you so much for joining us.